Well, hello and welcome back after a very long absence. If you don't know me, my name is Deirdre, and in the past I have done a lot of downsizing from a giant home to a much smaller apartment. And in fact, I've done it twice, from apartment to apartment, shrinking down all the way. And I went back to work. And at that point, I lost my creativity. Poof, out of the window, gone far away. But now, and that's what I want to talk to you about today, is it's back. I know. It's just come upon me like it's been brewing away from what I've been seeing, from what I experience on a day-to-day basis in my work, is I want to talk about third life, third stage, next stage, second half, whatever we want to call it. But women in their 50s and 60s and 70s, and believe me, I have seen them beyond, who are restarting lives, who want to restart lives, or reset, not restart, that's not fair, reset your life and find a way to make these wonderful years while we, because believe me, when I'm 10 years older, I'm going to look back and go, oh wow, I had so much energy and I had so much going for me. I wish I had it now. Well, maybe I won't, but you know what I mean? That in the future, at some point, I will go, wow, I was young then. If I'm incredibly lucky and I get that opportunity, I want to make sure I've made the most of it. We're talking about how to find yourself, reset, find the old you maybe, the one that got lost in all the to-dos and all of the must-dos and need-to-do things along the way. And we're going to find a way to get me back to it. If you'd like to come along for the ride, come along as well. The first thing I want to say is that I was able to do these videos before in my comfort zone. I knew, hey, I could knock them out. Hey, let's do a bit of decluttering, downsizing, empty nesting. We'd do all of those things. We'd get it done, you and me together. And yeah, it was huge. And, I'm thankful, immensely thankful for the support I've had over the years. And I feel really bad about having abandoned you for the last year. But it didn't mean that I wanted to stop doing this. I didn't know where to take it. I knew I wanted to support women who were like me, or not like me, completely different from me, because, hey, difference is fabulous, the mosaic of life. I wanted to be productive in a way that actually meant something to either myself or to you as an individual. And I wanted to spread it out so that your friends, they didn't have to watch me, but maybe you could just nudge them a little bit to say, hey, come on, let's get some joy out of this and let's add something back. And I think that's something I'm sort of really more and more impassioned about. And so for me, it's going to be about coming out of my comfort zone, which means that even though I will leave for work in 20 minutes, I am ready to go. Everything's packed, lunch is there, it's all done. But I just put on my camera and I'm just going to talk about it very briefly, just to sort of say, hey, almost a trailer, as it were, for what we're going to do in the future, what I'm going to do anyway. You can watch or not. So it's about not just finding a purpose, but finding a goal for that purpose. Like, what is it that I and you will want out of this life of the next 20, 30 years? Some people will say 50. I'm not going to push my luck. Okay. You can laugh. It's all right. Laughing is fine. But what I've done is I've decided to take away all of the worry about perfectionism, such a woman's thing. The point of this is that I let it go, and it worried me, and it actually made me anxious that I let you all go, because so many of you mean so much to me, and as I said, your support has been fabulous and got me through some really tough times. So what we're going to do in the next, let's talk about the next 7 months, the last 7 months of 2024, let's make it count, shall we? I mean, I've been looking at those 12-week years. It's just shrinking down your goals over 12 weeks. It's a cute idea. Does it actually get them done? No, it actually doesn't. So the only way you get it done is by doing it. And I hate to say this because it sounds very Nike-esque, but the old just do it is the only thing that gets it done. So here am I saying hello, and I'll do a tiny catch up, okay? Tiny catch up and hello to anybody who's new. But okay, background was I started this for downsizing. If I've still got them up, I'll pop one up here. And as a result, I sort of, somewhere along the line, people started watching, and I sort of carried it on. And then we hit COVID and we hit things that sort of we needed to be a bit more cheerful about. And I talked about productivity and I talked about some other things, but by then, honey, the cash had run out. So I went back to work and, to keep myself. And so here am I, 2 years down, and what I hear on a daily basis, and this is where the change has come, has been women talking badly about themselves. I hear women who say, "Oh, I'm just not smart enough to do that," or "My husband thinks that I just need X," or "Oh, I'm just not techie because I'm in a tech zone. I'm just not techie," and oh my goodness, I want to hug them all, and I just say, "Please," and they say, "Oh, it's my own fault." Oh my goodness, please! If somebody manages to scam you online, yes, I would please tell you to be very careful about all interactions. However, you are not the perpetrator of this, this sort of thing. You are not the one to blame. The person who's trying to steal from you is to blame. Can we just get this through? So these sorts of things on a day-to-day basis. So that's my job, and that's what I do. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and sometimes a bit more. And it's fun, and I love it. I just want to say that from my perspective, I've decided that I will come back. I will talk about things to help you define what you want to be doing over the next decades, however many you are blessed with. We'll talk about how to do it, how to find your way through it, find your stretch zone. That's the place between comfort zone and the overwhelm zone, and nobody wants to be in there. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. Of course, talking about that, one of the things I'll note is that you can be really strong and into your stretch zone in one area of your life and retreating into a smaller comfort zone in another part of your life, and be completely overwhelmed in yet a third. So this is not a perfect little circle with perfect little stretch zones around it, and your comfort zone always stays the same. It certainly doesn't. And we can talk about that from you. At this point, I just want to hear from you. Anyone out there who has met me before, who has been part of this little family of friends before, I'd love to hear what you would like me to talk about. For those of you who don't know me, come along for the ride and you'll be most welcome. But also perhaps pop back and have a look at some of my older videos, see if there's something there that interests you. Now, I'm not out there to be like the fabulous ones, those wonderful women who talk about skincare and gorgeous clothes, and I wear turtlenecks, okay? This is all good, especially now it's winter here in Melbourne. And I'm not there to compete with those fabulous women because I watch them and I love them. But I'm not in that zone. It's not me. It's not all about, gorgeous skincare and my hair. My God, can we just point at me and note that Dee Dee needs a haircut? Which I'll get, but it's so easy to just be able to pull it back into a ponytail or to scrunch it into a clip. So that's my life. I'm always on the run. And I'm not going down that wonderful line of skincare and makeup and all of the other fabulous things that women out here on YouTube do. I try to hit the sort of the positive mark, but still realistic. And I think, wow, we came through a good generation. I need to give something back. I can certainly give back to my own generation because we're all living longer. We have kids, we have grandkids. I have grandkids. Some of you may not. That doesn't diminish anything. It is a wonderful thing for you to be in this world and able to help out those who are struggling. So let's put our hands together and make a bit of a virtuous circle here. Give ourselves all a bit of a virtual hug. Time's really, really tough at the moment, and what I want to do is to help us as a group of women who have so many different skills and so much experience to share in this world, and also experience to live together. This has been, just going to say, I know it's lumpy, it's clunky. I told you I was on a time bracket, and I want to get this edited and I want to get it up, and I want to just open the conversation. There we are. So tell me what you want to talk about. Do you want to talk about managing your downsize? Absolutely, I'm going to do that anyway. That empty nesters downsize and how to get it right, which does not mean calling a real estate agent first. And it certainly doesn't mean just emptying cupboards, though that is part of it. So yeah, we'll go step by step on how to get your empty nest downsize spot on. I should have said that at the beginning, shouldn't I? And we'll talk about finding the goal behind your purpose and stretching a little bit into your comfort zone, and maybe out of your comfort zone rather, and maybe bringing up those areas where maybe your comfort zone has shrunk down a bit over the last few years and bring those back up again. Okay, that's me. I hope that there's still someone out there who would like to say hello, and if there are some new people who find me, that would be lovely. Join the club. We've got great women here. So let's get on with it. Let's have good lives. Let's get together, and I'll talk to you again soon. Lots of love. Take care of yourself wherever you are, and I'll see you soon. Bye.